Alright guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. As you guys can see in the title, I am going to be role-playing with one of my students, Mason, who recently just hit 10K a month in commissions last month. In this video, you'll get a glimpse of how we actually pre-handle objections, how we overcome limiting beliefs, how we overcome our prospects' limitations, and get them to really take that first step towards investing to them and their futures. This is going to be an interesting roleplay. You'll get to understand and see the feedback that I give to Mason. Make sure you have a pen and paper out. Be ready to take notes because it's going to be super valuable. For those who don't know, my name is Justin. I've hit 40K a month in commissions as a high-ticket closer. I've been in space for 2.5 years now, and now I run my own coaching program where I now mentor and teach other closers, setters, and people who are looking to break into high-ticket sales. If that's you and you want to break through and you genuinely want to make the commissions that you deserve and actually achieve the life that you want, give me a follow on Instagram in the link below. Check out my Start Here highlight, and then we can touch from there. Other than that, hope you have a good one, stay blessed, and let's get to it. On the pre-handling, so like in terms of you achieving X,
How
Y,
long has
Z.
that been a goal for?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, Justin, I know you mentioned to me earlier in the call, this goal of truly being able to provide, for your daughter as well as yourself. Like how long has that been a goal for, would you say?
I say maybe like maybe like half a year, half a year.
Half a year. Okay. Has it really been half a year, or do you feel like it's been a bit longer?
It's been a bit longer. It's been a bit longer.
Bit longer. How long is longer?
Right here, use a softener. So like
Okay.
how much longer? And you can be honest with me, like I'm on your side here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how much is longer, brother? And you can be honest with me, when I ask this, I'm here to help.
Yeah. Um, say it's been 5 years. 5 years.
5 years. Okay. So, looking back at these 5 years, right, taking full accountability and taking full responsibility, looking at yourself deep down within, what do you feel like has internally stopped you from achieving that, brother, within these last 5 years?
Just a lot of like things going on, like just me going through like a divorce. Just my boss having me to like, pick up more shifts, threatening that he would fire me if I, you know, didn't take on more shifts, right? Um, just like, and obviously like just like bills getting in the way and stuff like that. Just emergencies c came
Mm.
up too, like my car breaking down, my daughter, getting sickness as well. Just a lot of things that happen over the years.
Yeah, I see. Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Bills, life, expenses, do you think those things ever stop?
Mm, no.
So I want you to think, brother, like, do you feel like there's a person out there that has been in a similar situation to you, if not worse, with roadblocks and, bills and life and expenses, but still found a way to get to the outcome and their goals that they wanted?
Yeah, yeah, I can agree on that. Yeah.
Mm. So do you really feel like it's about, the bills, the extra hours at work, the expenses, or do you feel like it's maybe more something that we need to look at internally, like, our decision-making style and our mindset?
Hmm. Probably internally. Yeah.
Probably or definitely internally.
Hmm. Definitely. Definitely.
So taking full accountability for yourself, brother, because no one else is in control of achieving their goals but you. What do you feel like has internally stopped you?
I say just fear. I say
Mm,
just like fear mainly. Yeah.
fear. Where does that fear and that way of thinking come from?
Before asking that, ask fear of what exactly, and then ask where does that fear come from?
Okay. Fear, fear of what exactly?
Just like the fear of losing money, all right? Especially with like how expensive things are. Like I'm scared that if I lose money, then it would just put me in a bad spot financially, and I'll just be worse in a worse position than I was before, you know?
Mm. Would you challenge right there, or would you just go straight into the?
Yeah, I would challenge him real quick. Like I need to like reframe him in that way of thinking
Yeah.
because
So
like
could you use like the what's scarier, like you not investing into yourself and
yeah,
being stuck in that same position, or like
there's
at
many
least
routes.
try.
There's many routes can go down on. Like there's no like perfect one. Like as long as you just get him to like reframe that way of
Okay.
thinking, it's fine. So you can go down that route. Like, well, like what's more scarier to you? You know, and then
Yeah.
ask like the binary questions. Or we can like make a statement like, well, like I presume that's the same exact reason why you're here, right? Same exact reason why you're here is so that you can learn skills you need so that you can put yourself in a better spot financially rather than being stuck here. Would you agree? So like there's like multiple routes you can
Okay.
go on. As long as you just reframe him, that's all that matters. But like
Okay.
do what feels best for you in this
Okay.
scenario. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And just I completely get you, right? And I presume that's why we're on this call today, so that you can learn the skill set to make more money and not continue to put that, yourself in that position. Because what's scarier for you, brother? You invest into yourself, you invest into your skill set, and everything hits the fan, and you at least tried. Or being stuck in the same situation, potentially even worse. But you know what you do get to do every day when you show up to work?
Yeah. So good question. Except put the negative outcome first and then put the positive outcome afterwards. It's just a lot more stronger. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you understand what I mean, Mason?
Yeah, yeah. So the first outcome or, investing in yourself, everything hits the fan, but you at least tried.
Yeah, but
As the
except
second one.
don't word it that way. That at least you tried. Like have like the positive outcome in a way where they actually achieved the life that they wanted. Because I don't want them to like, get in that way of thinking where at least I tried. Because
Okay.
like when you say
Yes.
that in their minds, it's like a possibility of failure. But I don't want them to think that. It's
I see.
like the first one would be like, well, what's more scary to you? Is it you saying where you're at and you not making an investment towards yourself, so therefore you and those around you continue to suffer? Or is it for you to actually believe in yourself, for you to invest in your future so that you can provide the best
I
life for
see.
your family? You just see how like that
Yeah.
positive outcome is just a lot more certain and a lot more confident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see, I see. Okay. So yeah, what's scary for you, Justin? You decide nothing needs to change, and therefore you continue to be in the same situation that you are in now, potentially if not worse. Or, investing into yourself and your skills to actually put yourself in a vehicle and an opportunity to truly achieve what you want.
I mean, yeah, obviously like staying where I'm at is more scary. Yeah.
Mm. So can you see how that way of thinking is part of the problem?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah.
And can I challenge you on that fear of failure?
You can. You can.
Within, these past 2 years or 5 years, what do you feel like that fear of failure has costed you financially speaking?
Whew. I don't know. A lot. It's probably
Mm.
cost me a lot.
Because if we do some quick math to go for you wanting to make the 10,000 a month, knowing that you missed out on, potentially $500,000 because you've allowed that fear of failure to hold you back. How does that sit with you?
Yeah. So whenever you're doing the math on it, Mason, um,
I was just doing it for the role play, like they're
okay,
just
okay,
making up numbers
yeah, yeah, I'll get no worries.
for the sake of like just this.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. Except when you drop the number, it's like there's like a specific like sequence I want you to follow. And you don't have to do it on the role play, but it's like the way I do it is like, well, let's do the math on it, right? So it's been 2 years, right? I mean, sorry, and this role play has been 5 years, really. So it's been 5 years, right? 5 years times 12 months, that's 16 months, right? 16 months times your monthly income goal, which is $20,000. Mason, brother, within the past 5 years, because you've allowed that fear of failure to hold you back, you missed out on $1.2 million. Like, do you see like how like my tonality is and like the pacing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can obviously go back and watch this recording, but like that's the way I like to do it. And something I've realized like that specific pace and cadence is what really like hits a prospect. Oh, like I just feel like a knife just like got stabbed in my stomach. You know what I mean? But we can continue on the role play. Okay, so go ahead and ask her your question after you drop the number.
How does that sit with you?
Yeah, like that's makes me feel like I need to like work harder, um, and actually do something about it.
And what do you feel like that has costed you, non-financially speaking?
Yeah. Before asking that question, I want to ensure that I can get like a negative feeling out of it, right? So like I would say, and yeah, like that's the same exact
Right.
reason I'm here. Like I know that you're gonna make a change, it's not down with my mind. Like how does that actually generally sit with you, knowing that that's how much you've missed out on within the past 5 years?
Okay.
Re-ask a question, and then they're gonna say, yeah, like it makes me feel horrible. Like I just want to get like the internal negative feeling when I ask that question. It's like re-ask it, okay?
Yeah. So like, I know you feel like you need to make a change, but like, how does it actually sit with you?
Yeah,
Something like that. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And Jess, I know you feel like you need to make a change, which is, why we're on this call for that exact reason. But what does that actually look like? And how does that actually sit with you?
Yeah, like it doesn't sit right with me. It makes me feel horrible, you know.
Mm. And what do you feel like that has costed you, non-financially speaking?
Man, I could have retired my parents. I could have. So let me see 1 second. Sorry about that. I could have, you know, put my kids in some like after school curricular activities. Um, could have bought a bigger and better home rather than living in a shithole. I could have left my 9 to 5 and actually enjoy the time out with my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Because what do you feel like is going to keep on happening if you keep on allowing, that fear of failure and that way of thinking to hold you back?
I mean, yeah, like I won't be able to be there for my daughter during specific events.
Mm.
Um, I won't be able to actually, pursue the hobbies I want to pursue. And things are just gonna stay the same. They're just gonna stay the same.
Yeah. Would you attack the hobbies? Because I feel like it's not really like
Um, so there's another important thing I mentioned as well. There's like I said specific
events.
events with my daughter,
Yeah. Like
right?
what specific events?
So like it's a good question because like you can attack both if you want to. I usually do, right? I'm like, okay, like after like he says all those things, I'm like, okay, specific events with your daughter, like what specifically? Yeah, her birthdays, her graduation, yada yada yada. Okay, and you also mentioned hobbies. Like what hobbies do you want to pursue, but you can't because of your situation? Yeah, like I always want to go fishing, I always want to go golfing, yada yada yada. Okay. And he also mentions to me that things are going to stay the same, but can I kind of challenge you on that really quickly? And then you can reframe him on how things are not going to stay the same, but they're going to get worse if things don't change. It's like that's the way I would do it. If that makes sense, Mason.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
real quick, the challenge on like things, how would you bring that up? You'd be like would it be fair to say like things wouldn't necessarily stay the same, but if not get worse?
Yeah, you can do it that way, and that's fine. Like a quick reframe is all that. As long as you
Right.
reframe, man, that's all that matters. But if you're gonna get to understand it, if you feel like you need to, like add more context to it, and unfortunately, things aren't gonna stay the same, Mason, because as you know, you're only making about 5 grand a month for your job, right? Your daughter's getting older, inflation's increasing. Like that's daughter's getting older is like a very good one to mention. Especially throughout the entire preaming, I mentioned my daughter. That's a pain point that you can really leverage to build more urgency. But yeah, let's go ahead. Like I'm gonna just say those words again, and then I want to see how you do. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm gonna keep on missing out specific events with my daughter. I'm never gonna be able to pursue the hobbies I want, and these are just gonna stay the same.
Yeah. And you mentioned events with your daughter. What specific events?
Man, you're gonna make a grown man cry, man. Her birthdays, um, her graduation, picking her up from school, taking her to school, um, and even her classmates invite her to their birthdays, and it's like I can't even be there because of work.
And and what hobbies do you feel like you aren't able to pursue because of the current situation you're in?
Yeah, like I've always wanted to like pursue Muay Thai. I've always wanted to like, you know, go fishing with my boys on the weekends, but I can't. And working out too. Like I want to be able to go to the gym consistently every day, but it's like I can't. Yeah, things like that.
And can I challenge you on when you said things would stay the same?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Would it be fair to say rather than things necessarily staying the same, they make it worse?
Hmm. Before asking that, just add a little bit more context because it's like when you asked it can be a little bit confusing because
Yeah,
I didn't have clarity on it. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
add context and then re-ask the question. Okay.
Okay. Like context, like when you look at like the world and like, your daughter getting older, like
Yeah,
and inflation and everything like that.
there we go.
Okay. Yeah, because just like when you look at the world, right, the rising cost of everything, buying a home, inflation, as well as our daughter getting older, would it be fair to say rather than things necessarily staying the same, they may get worse?
Hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. And and then would you go into like who else would suffer because of that and then continue?
Yeah, yeah, I would. I would.
And who else would suffer because of that?
Obviously my daughter, um, my parents, my my fiance. Yeah.
Your your daughter, how so?
Yeah, like she continued to grow up without the father being there for her. Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Justin. So far you've been operating from the old version of you. You've been operating from the old version of you that has allowed this fear of failure and that way of thinking to hold him back. Therefore, within these last 5 years, you haven't been able to truly be the father that you want for
Mm.
your fiance and your daughter. But when you look at the best version of you and you look at the most successful version of yourself, do they continue to allow that fear of failure and that way of thinking to hold them back? Or do they take massive action and overcome it to truly be that father figure and that pillar that they want to become?
They overcome it and they take massive action for sure. For sure.
Mm. So in order for you to actually achieve the outcome,
Well,
you
why does that most successful version of you do that though? Why does he overcome it and why does he take massive action? It's like have him double down on that.
okay.
Okay.
And why does he overcome it and decide to take massive action?
he overcomes it and he takes it as action because he knows that if the things just don't change, then like you said, like things are gonna get worse. And if I continue just keep on what I'm doing, like I'll never be there for my daughter and I'll never achieve the life that I want for me and my loved ones.
Yeah. So in order for you to actually achieve this lifestyle that you want for not only yourself, but you and your loved ones, what do you feel like you need to let go of?
Before asking that question, ask because if you keep on holding onto this fear of failure and you keep on holding onto these limitations, what's the likelihood that you'll ever achieve the life that you want for your family? And then ask that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if we continue to hold on to that fear of failure and that way of thinking, what do you feel like is the likelihood of us becoming that father and that provider for our family?
I mean, obviously, like none, probably zero. Yeah.
So in order for you to actually become that father figure and that provider, what do you feel like you need to let go of?
The the fear of failure. Boom. You see, like how I asked that question beforehand, just like lands a lot harder when you ask like the next question.
Yeah.
Because like you're asking like what's the likelihood that you ever achieve the life you want for your family if you keep on holding onto the fear of failure? And the next question is like, so what do you feel like you need to let go of? The fear of failure, right? Like the reason why I add this question is because it's just gonna be a lot easier for my prospects to like actually see what they need to let go of. Because sometimes my prospects will say, well, yeah, I need to let go of like the old version of me, the bad habits. But like I want them to say like the specific limitation that
Yeah.
you're talking about the entire time. So I would say, and I would, because I always hint them like, and we've been talking about within the past 5 minutes, but I don't like that. So that's why I had that question. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like sometimes when I ask that, like what needs to change and what they'll give me like a bunch of, does that mean I didn't internalize it enough?
No, no, I mean it's good because they're taking accountability. Like there's nothing wrong with that because I've had prospects say that and I still close them for 12K. But it's just like there's ways you can be efficient about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, that's fine. Like as long as we're taking accountability, like that's all that matters. Like just go with what flows with the conversation. But for me personally, like I like to get like that main internal thing because that's what they need to let go of fully. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yo, Fred, is it just me or is Mason lagging?
Yeah, he's lagging. I was wondering if you were lagging too, but no.
It's all good. It's all good. Um,
That was super useful, bro.
for real? It was useful?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like, yeah.
I made a copy of um the closing framework and I'm just adding comments like on specific parts of it.
That's good, bro. That's good. How do you feel about being a program so far? Like the way that I teach and like my framework, like words in mind of everything. I want to
Yeah,
hear your
I'm very
feedback.
happy with it, bro. Like I really appreciate how committed you are. Like framework wise, I haven't gotten to test it yet. I'm just focused on learning it, but I appreciate how present you are, bro, and that you give a fuck. Like that's 90% of being a coach. So
For
yeah,
sure.
man, I'm super happy and grateful.
That's good, brother. Yeah, bro. I know you've only been in the program for like about a week now, but it's like, um, like I really do care about you guys.